Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, well, the rush is on. You know, we're all trying to increase our power level as much as possible. Leveling up ruins, working on artifacts, cores. I mean, cores right now is kind of like a nice way to get a big jump of power level boosting. But yeah, as you guys can see, so we've got that done up. I'm actually gonna push for Amamiya next, since I can probably get her quite nicely high up there. Obviously, the typing in question on what majority of us are kind of pushing for is to make sure that either the dark or the wind element is getting touched up on, so that way we can tackle the hard difficulty for one specific reason, and that reason is this right here. I don't know about you guys, but this is one of the big reasons why I'm pushing for my power level to be as high as possible. Now, there's no confirmation on what the deal is. I'm hoping with the English live stream we get confirmation on what the power level is, because I mean English, wait, okay, hold on a minute, let me just double check what we're looking at. 150 to 250, 3 to 4, and then 5 to 6. So this one is 350 to 450, goes to 6 to 7. I'm hoping that they commit to the jump that is done with Vulcan, to where with Baron it's then going to be 8 to 900. I'm really praying that it doesn't shoot to 1,000,000, but a part of me feels like it will shoot to 1,000,000 purely because of the growth that we're getting, right? Because I understand right now we're all trying to, you know, right now I'm at the end meats of things when it comes to trying to get some form of progression. I mean, right now cause is going to be pretty solid. I'm also considering on getting Amamiya done up. So that's that. I mean, that's one way to go about it. I'm hoping everyone else is also doing that if you haven't already. But don't forget about your armory. Get the levels up on certain weapons for your armory, of course. That will give you a little big boost. This is something I did prior, but this is something that I will do. So when Kaiser drops, I will be getting Kaiser up quite nicely. So that way, that's more power level increase being added to that, of course. And just in general, you know, farming artifacts, getting some good high scores, getting some good stats. Obviously, we'll be able to create some, so that's going to be pretty solid. That's going to help us out in the power level department. But like I said, right now it's just kind of bare ends meat on trying to get some power levels going, of course. But again, do not fear. If you're in a situation like myself, where it's kind of like, I need something, I need more, what more can we get? Do not worry, we've got more coming, of course. Now, just want to throw this in here, if you are looking to pull dupes, let's be real, we are getting a ridiculous amount of tickets. So boys and girls, do not be shy. Harper and Charlotte will be in the custom draw banner, which I most definitely will be adding them onto my rate up list. Isla will then be in the rate up banner. So if you want to maximize your dark typing, now would be the time to do so. I understand that Thomas is next, so I know some of you guys might want to be keeping your rate up tickets. That's completely fine, but I'm just saying, if you want to maximize your tank and your DPS for dark, you're going to have a lot of tickets. There's going to be a ridiculous amount of tickets for you to have access to. If you've been saving it like I've been saving it, it's going to pile up to be something great, and so that way you can actually then maximize on getting, if you're looking to how I'm going to be doing it, I'm going to have dark on either end, and then the weaponry, dark DPS, wind DPS, right? Maximizing that rate up selection list to the finest, so that way when you continuously summon, whatever you walk away with, it's going to make an impact for your account. So I just kind of want to put that out there. Again, if you are lacking in certain dupes, that will then furthermore cater to the power level, the end result of the power level, including the weaponry dupe, by the way. You know, the more dupes you put into it, the furthermore you can actually progress on getting Sun Jung-woo high up there. So like right now I'm trying to shoot for 260. I could probably reach it there, but I know for a fact that once the update rolls in, there's a lot that I can do and a lot that we can do to progress furthermore in terms of getting that power level high up there to potentially, possibly make that impact that we need to then get this badass boy done on hard difficulty. Now I will say, I will rephrase once again, if it's 1,000,000 for me personally, it might, then I think at that point I'm going to shoot for 3,000. I think I'm going to have to resort to that, because there is no way I'll be able to do top 1,000 right now if it hits the 1,000,000 mark. Now, if you guys are unaware, there's a whole list of growth happening. So obviously we're going to get our level growth, we're going to get a new growth system that is going to be the remnant of power, we're getting a new ruins, and working on leveling up ruins do give you skill power, or overall power should I say, so that's something to take note of. new job change, so that's going to help us out tremendously in terms of getting those extra, I think 5 points we get, maybe. Hopefully they give us more, but yeah, there's that. And then of course blessing stones, of course. So with the additional 5 blessing stones, I just want you guys to be aware of this. This will give us a tremendous amount of boost, because if, I mean, I'm sure you guys know this, but to anyone who doesn't know, blessing stones do affect. So prime example right there. So yeah, blessing stones rarity do have an effect in terms of your overall power level. So just want to quickly throw that out there. So in terms of the additional 5 coming along, yeah, that's like an easy close to 10k increase on power level. So that's going to be pretty solid. So if we head over to here, just to give you guys a further more in depth. So maximum level expansion, the level of Sanjumu and Hunters will be expanded by an extra 5 levels, of course. So again, that's going to be fairly solid. New job change, so a new skill will be obtained, of course. They've also talked about the blessing stones expansion, which I spoke about. Again, when the new ruin does unlock itself, yeah, so you want to make sure that you are putting some levels into it, of course, because you can do so. If you do manage to get a higher rarity, like I have, of course, it does give you that extra bit of bonus in terms of the level. So one, it's going to be hitting hard. Wait, 4,000? God damn. Oh wait, no, that's armor break, my bad. So yeah, make sure to save your fragments. That's something which we should always do leading up to the release of a new job change. So as you guys can see, I've got 2,400 saved up. Again, I decided to also save my blessings, which is a big W. Why not? Now that we've got the survivability blessings in question, we're going to hope to get some good legendaries from that. The only reason why I mentioned to save it is because I thought we were going to be getting more blessings, since obviously new things are coming about. Sometimes developers like to release new blessing stones when they want to cater to some new modes. So, and again, to that new mode, the new blessings could potentially help you out on that. But it seems that no mention of new blessings have been spoken about. So realistically, if I want to use this right now, I can do so. But I'm gonna wait. I'll wait for the update. Yep. So new Kaizul. So the long-awaited Kaizul, which Sanjumu rode while soaring through the skies in the original work, is finally making an appearance. We put in a lot of effort to stay true to original portrayal, especially since Kaizul is such an impressive shadow. When summoned, Kaizul will enhance the ultimate damage and provide movement buffs that align with its concept. There we go. So I knew that was the additional that they added within the live stream that I mentioned. So not only are we getting the ultimate damage increase on all our teams, which is fantastic, but the additional is that this also is giving us a movement buff. So Kaizul already, with what is being spoken about in terms of his passive, as well as the additional being a movement buff, that is a huge seller, and yeah, will be worth to kind of unlock and invest a little bit into. As you guys can see, I've got 930 saved up, and again through that will give us an increase in damage boosting, so that's going to be very solid to have. Keep in mind, in December we're also getting a new ultimate, so just an FYI. If you guys do want to invest into Kaizul, it is worth, since in December we're also going to be catering to our ultimate strat. And also the ultimate strat itself isn't a bad thing either, so you can always resort to that. Obviously, Remnant of Power. The Remnant of Power is a new growth element that will be introduced into this update. The concept revolves around borrowing the strength of the monarchs in the story. After the living rise, Sanjumu saves the world in crisis with these monarchs. With this in mind, we've designed a concept after defeating the monarchs to gather their power for growth. You can expect to feel Sanjumu becoming even stronger than before. I feel like this is going to be a massive boost in terms of our power level and just in general our stats. I'm hoping that this doesn't just resort to being that obviously we have to do it in hard mode in Workshop Brain Light. I assume Workshop Brain Light will be the correlation, but this right here, this might be something that I'm just gonna run. If I can do normal Baron and run some points of that, because I assume that's what we'll probably need, I might just run this and fill this out quite nicely to get a big boost. So I think this will give us like a big leap in terms of how much more stronger we can get. So that is a massive W to take note of. Tier 5 gems, make sure you've got your gems at the ready. So I mean, you can start fusing now if you want to. So for example, with myself, I've got a few tier 4 gems just kind of sitting there, so we can maximize our tier 5 gems in terms of RNG, because again that plays in that. Yeah, just make sure that your army is squared away, boys. Make sure that your cores are looking good. Again, if you guys want to invest a little bit into cores, because you're not going to be using certain other cores, then you can do so. I think I should actually start looking into this, since I've got a few just kind of laying around, so that might be wise on my end. But yeah, make sure the artifacts, if you can work on a little bit more, get some better ones going, that's fine. Again, it's not the end of the world. We are getting the artifact crafting event, so that's going to be pretty solid on that part. But yeah, more growth coming. We're going to get a huge leap. Now again, with that leap will determine on how difficult things are going to get. So let's just pray that they commit to the reasonable power level jumping 8 to 900. Please don't go to 1 million. But a part of me feels like with the amount that we're getting in terms of growth, they're going to shoot it to 1 million, aren't they?